Morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Hope you've got loads of golf planned this weekend. Busy day today. I've got meetings, I've got loads of clubs to pick up, editing to do, and I'm playing tennis tonight. Can't wait. I haven't played for ages. Really looking forward to it. Got a bit of muck on my jumper. So yesterday's question, how does low spinning drivers, low forward CGs actually affect spin? What does it actually do? Now I try to look at every comment, and unless I missed it, I didn't think I saw one get this right. So I bought my little iPad to try and help. So driver, and if we have a centre of gravity which is kind of back here, that's going to put your effective sweet spot, subject to angles, kind of in the middle of the face, as argument's sake. So if you strike this ball in the middle, in line with that effective CG, you're going to get X spin. But if they move the weight around in the club to move the sweet spot, the centre of gravity forwards more, that moves that centre of gravity effective lower. So the same strike, that's going to get pulled, vertical gear effect, spin off that ball. You're going to change the spin by those 200, 300, maybe 500 revs that you see. So by moving the centre of gravity and then using vertical gear effect, is going to change the spin model on the low spins like we saw yesterday, compared to when they put the CG way back and low to try and give it max MOIs. So today's question, where are you playing this weekend? If you're playing golf this weekend, let me know down in that comment section where you play, who you're playing with, and what are you playing in? Are you playing for fun? Are you playing with mates for fun? Are you playing a different course you've ever played before? Are you playing in a competition to get your handicap down? Let me know as always. Post comments down below. Hit the thumbs up button as always, and don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Is it this side? I always go right, get down here and give it a little click. For anyone who watched Monday's vlog, this is now Friday, this bag is still here. And I have to get it tidied away today. I'm getting some serious heat for it. Right, today's swing guy looks like he's got speed, looks like he played to a decent level. He's emailed me saying he misses on both sides, so left and right at the moment. And we're going to see the classic very high handle impact. So hands getting up there, that's an awful line. Let's just try that one again. Hands getting up there where they're starting down here. We see the classic kind of trail shoulder rotation is lacking, standing up at the shaft first moments of that downswing, which then interpret into the high handle plus the very kind of unrotated body through impact. Let's try and get the trail shoulder working, laying the club down, getting open in his body. This is a reoccurring problem with a lot of golfers. What? Yeah, no, I'm doing it. So drill number one, and I like this done indoors. I like it done indoors because you've got ceilings and light fixtures. They allow you to have some awareness of how high or up or back or down things are going. So I want you to think of this player as moving their backswing as a kind of stereotype, kind of this way. So reluctant to rotate this right arm, this right shoulder, which then in turn allows you to get this downswing where you feel like you almost want to go this way, stand that shaft up to get this high handle. Now, high handles for players with speed, as I see from student after student, often cause an aggressive two-way miss. Great shots, but when they miss it could go either way. Think of Rory Anderson. So what I want you to do, to practice indoors, is just reverse your hands on the grip. So left hand at the bottom, right hand at the top. And I want you to make a few backswings where you feel like the left hand is completely overtaking the right. So not this way, so this way. I want you to feel like the left goes behind the right and the right spins in front. So they're changing order. This will give you very different feelings of rotations in this trail shoulder, what your right arm is doing and where the club is going. Now downswing, again, key. I want you to feel like the left hand on the downswing is staying behind the right until about hip height, and then they cross. This is going to give you much better chance of laying that shaft down, then flicking it out in front of you, trying to play with dynamic lie rather than standing that club up. Just reversing the hands on the grip really allow you to identify some different moves that they encourage and the way your two hands are relating to each other. It's similar to what, so when I used to do drawing and painting, those kind of things, if I used to get kind of a bit stuck with a painting or draw, I'd turn it upside down and look at it. You start seeing it in some very different ways. You start seeing that maybe, oh look, it's the eyes that's not quite right, or the arm, whatever. But just by looking at it in that different perspective, the feeling more how that left arm, left hand might want to lay that club down more than this right arm feeling like it almost wants to take over, will really help you lay that shaft down on the downswing. And then we can get that body turning. Right, it's the massive box collection. I'm going to the range. Hello, Clifton Hill. I'm playing tennis later. What is this weather doing? So still one of my favourite drills for people who are practicing at the range, who are trying to get that club laying down, practicing delivering different lies where the handle is in relationship to up or down. It's still using these kind of boards. So getting that club to come down and feel like you're laying it on this board or down along this board is a great way of feeling how you can get the angle of the club and what you feel like maybe the path of the club coming down behind you, where the hands don't need to drop that way at all. So what I mean by that, I'm not trying to drop my hands way behind me to get the club more behind me. All I'm doing is laying the shaft down onto this board and then pulling my hands along their normal line I feel like they would track along. And this is often the issue. When I do this with students at the start, often they're trying to get their hands to come down this way. Well, I can get my hands to come down this way and still stand that shaft up. It's getting the angle of the shaft to change, where actually for lots of good players the hands almost feel like they're moving out, so out as the shaft lays down, then spin out in front of you. Using the board in the range is great. Get a ball ready, lay it on that board and feel it moving along it, spin it out, and then literally step in, hit a shot and try and do the same thing. Please stop raining. Cheers, Roy. See you later. Right, I better tidy up this golf bag, ain't I?
Let's answer your questions.
So my question for you today would be, how much tinkering with golf clubs have you done in the past, and to what effect really? I mean, I'd say over the last 18 months I've got into doing my own club builds and reshafts and, you know, you name it, I've done it now. And I'm just wondering how much impact you think that's really having on my game. I could probably get it round, you know, in a decent score with a set of ladies clubs, but just wondering what your thoughts are, bruh. Cheers, buddy.
Tinker, tinker. I've not really tinkered with clubs like it sounds like you do. That's never really interested that much, changing shaft grips, those kind of things. Maybe I've tinkered with this one more than anything else, grips and that, as I've grown through the years, but I've settled, apart from my change recently, but I'm pretty much back. I think it's people trying to define what the answer might be with a club tinker. Does that make sense? So if you're looking for the answer for better golf, then I think you will just constantly keep looking for that new club, that new weapon. But if you kind of admit maybe that you're quite happy to tinker and play and muck around, then you might actually settle down and just get on and play golf. But don't forget, some people get a lot of fun from the tinkering and thinking about it, so sometimes it's like that's as much fun almost as playing the game, and I wouldn't take that away from anyone. That's a nice thing. So the only thing I would ask for really is that you just kind of keep remembering what you're trying to enjoy, which is probably playing, and if it is the building of the clubs and those kind of things, then keep doing it. But if it's not and you find that that actually starts frustrating you because you keep tinkering and you don't get any better, then remember what you're trying to do, which is just enjoy playing. You look on tour, there are tinkerers, Phil Mickelson, people like that, they're in the workshop, they're getting involved, and then there are others. Thomas Peters didn't even know what driver he had when I filmed with him, didn't know what loft, shaft, didn't even know what head it was, he just knew it was a Callaway. Right, last drill. If you get the shaft laying down, like we've talked about in the other ones, you're going to have to get your body moving. You're standing club up, staying relatively square on. We want you to feel like you're really opening your body up. Now, we've done 100 drills before and it all works. We're trying to get your body to rotate with the club, anything across your chest. Got my tennis racket here. Playing tennis soon. And I can visualise moving, try and work on trying to feel like I'm really opening up my body. Now the problem when people do these drills is they quite often don't get them quite right. So bear with, look, get your heads around this. I've got my racket on my chest here, and I'm going to rotate to an extreme impact position, if you like, opening up my body. Now if I just move this racket off me, it's pointing over towards just missing the camera lens. So it's come from here and it's turned this way, rotated. You would still be here. It's also handle higher than head, so it's not level. And it's also, this top end is slightly back from the bottom end. So there's a few different turns, side turns and bends going on. I see lots of people in lessons and on the range practicing turning, and they turn this way. So look, I'm really opening up. Now if I stop and look at my racket now, so handle and head are almost on the same level. This end is pointing straight up, basically there's no tilt. So I've got none of this, but I've got plenty of rotation. That's not how you're going to be hitting your shots. And it's turning that opening drill into something that's really not going to work for you. So you've got to get your head around always what the drills are trying to do. So a great way, you could use a cushion. Obviously not everyone's playing tennis today. So I can pop this on my chest, rotate, so you can see this end lower than this end a bit more forward than this end, and rotated. That's where I want my upper body to be as my lower body turns. Not what I see lots of people doing, which is this way. Golf videos, golf drills, golf instruction videos like this are great, but they're also awful. You've got to be so careful. I see so many people getting the drills slightly wrong. Just trying to get your head around what the drill can do for you and what it actually is doing really can help. Get something on your chest if you're thinking about turning, opening up, and identify the different movements in this three-dimensional world that will help you hit those better shots. Think about my tennis racket there. I can see no one's cut my head still. Thanks all for watching. I'm going to tennis. See you all on Monday. Remember, let me know where you're playing in the comments below. Don't be afraid to hit the thumbs up button, and also subscribe to the channel. The rain has stopped. It's a little windy, but I'm going to go and run around. Have a great weekend. Play well, everyone. See you on Monday.